Hey, Dave here with MAKO Spearguns. Today we're going to show you how to tie bands for your spear gun. This is an easy step, but an important one, and we want you to get it right. If this is the first time you've tied spear gun bands or you haven't tied a band in a while, this video is for you. To start with, you're going to need some tools. The MAKO toolkit contains everything you need to tie the bands, including a wishbone insertion tool, scissors, a tape measure, 2 pairs of pliers, food grade silicone spray, and a lighter. Okay, if you're making new bands, we're going to start by measuring and cutting the latex tubing. In our case, we're cutting our bands to 19 inches today, but your bands may be a different length. If you don't know the length band you need, we have a great chart on our website in the instructional information section. You'll definitely want to check that out at makospearguns.com. Now we'll lay out our band tying line and our wishbones and get ready to tie our band. Using the wishbone insertion tool, we're going to slip the wishbone bead into the tool and then spray it well with our silicone spray. Now push the wishbone bead into the end of the latex tubing and then remove the tool. Great. Now we're going to repeat the process for the other end of the wishbone. Slip the wishbone bead into the tool, spray it with the silicone, and then push the bead into the end of the tubing. Don't worry about setting the wishbone beads too deep into the tubing. We're going to adjust that later. Now grab your band tying line and slip it under the band. Bring up the ends, leaving one end a few inches longer than the other. Holding the line with one hand, bring the longer end back under the band with the longer line crossing over the other on top, forming an X. Now bring the long end back up over the shorter end and then slip it under the X and tighten. Let's zoom in on this knot. Start by slipping the band tying line under the latex band, leaving one end longer than the other. Grab the longer of the two lines and cross it over the top of the shorter line, forming an X on top of the latex band. Now bring that longer end back under the latex band so both ends are now on the same side of the latex band. Now bring the long end back up over the shorter end and then slip it under the X. Pull both ends snug and your constrictor knot is ready to be tightened with pliers. We'll use some high-vis reel line here for contrast in this video to make it more obvious what we're doing. Start by slipping the band tying line under the latex band, leaving one end longer than the other. Grab the longer of the two lines and cross it over the top of the shorter line, forming an X on top of the latex band. Now bring that longer end back under the latex band so both ends are now on the same side of the latex band. Now bring the long end back up over the shorter end and then slip it under the X. Here's how it should look when you're done. Pull both ends snug and your constrictor knot is ready to be tightened with pliers. This is called a constrictor knot because the more you pull, the tighter that X is going to bind down on the line. And we want this knot to be really tight. So we're going to roll the ends with our pliers and pull. And now we'll flip the band over and make another constrictor knot. So we have the double constrictor knot. So we form the X, we slip the end under the X and tighten, and then we roll with our pliers and pull. Now we can trim the excess line with our scissors. And then grab your lighter and burn the line ends to keep them from fraying. And that's it. Now we're going to repeat all these steps for the other end of the band. So once again, we'll slip the band tying line under the band. We're going to form the constrictor knot. We'll pull it tight. Then we'll roll the line ends with our pliers and pull. That's our first constrictor knot. And now we'll flip the band over and do it again. Once again, we'll form the constrictor knot. Tighten it. Roll the ends with our pliers and pull tight. Just like on the other end, we'll now trim the ends of the line with our scissors. And then we'll use our lighter to burn the ends to keep them from fraying. Now grab the band with both hands and pull hard. It's very important to make sure your knots are secure before you install the band. And that's it. You're now ready to install the band on your spear gun.